The thing about the IVotronics is they've had a history since they were first introduced in Florida, which I think was in 2002. And of course they replaced the punch cards and other types of older equipment with these DREs in some of the most populous counties. The large counties were also implicated in this.
Which were
Broward and Miami-Dade had high rates.
71,000.
71,000 total votes that were not counted, undervotes in those races. Now, even though these, we've talked about the Attorney General's race, we've talked about Congressional District 13, there were other problems. The Senate race, Miami-Dade had twice the average of the other IVotronics.
Harris race.
Right.
Say that again.
It had twice the undervote rate of the other IVotronic counties and 4 times the rate of the optical scan counties.
So that particular race was double even the other.
Right.
Oh my God. That's an amazing situation.
Right.
And the governor's race.
That's why we call them spikes. I mean, they really do soar upwards from the rest of them.
So when I touched my finger to the Skip Campbell race 3 times and felt like I was punching a hole in the machine, which I literally felt that way, to get that to show up.
Well, now you understand that the Skip Campbell race, that the people have talked about the ballot format, but the format for that race was different. It was 2 races on the same page, but that race was at the bottom of the page, whereas the contention is, of course, in Sarasota, that people missed the race at the top of the page.
Yeah, it was at the bottom, I recall that. And it disturbed me, but then I thought, well, it showed up later, so, what am I concerned about? And obviously, I don't know now if there was some kind of triggering mechanism that wouldn't clean off my whole ballot. I don't know. Susan, you said you had some other things that you wanted to bring up.
Well, I think just a little follow-up to Kitty's great report, which will be posted on our website at floridafairelections.org in the next couple days, so people can read it.
This is a very interesting report. This is true. I've gone through it. It took me an hour and 40 minutes to read this with any coherent grasp of what was here, but it's stunning.
It is stunning. It's a scholarly, excellent research report, and Kitty did an excellent job on it. And in addition to that, I just think people need to understand that these machines have been a problem all around the country, and that the IVotronics have lost votes or had high undervote rates all around the country. In Miami-Dade County, 6 municipal elections recorded extraordinarily high undervotes, resulting in the resignation of Supervisor of Elections Connie Kaplan in 2005. They had one referendum there that was a gambling referendum, where 1,200 people, it was a 1 question on the ballot, and there were 1,200 undervotes. People showed up to vote, and
there was only 1 item on the ballot?
Only 1 item on the ballot. That's what brought everything.
1,200 people went to the polling place, and no vote showed up for that particular item.
Exactly. Now, and in Broward County in 2004, actually, that was the absentee ballot, so we're sort of getting into a different ES&S area, but recorded negative votes, so that the gambling referendum, which was losing by 7,000 votes statewide on election night, because they had to rescan the ballots in Broward County on the ES&S equipment, 94% of those ballots were in favor of the gambling referendum, and almost a statistical, almost impossibility that would happen, and the gambling referendum won. Added to Deborah Clark in Pinellas County, accidentally sending in the wrong total to the state. The gambling referendum lost by 17,000 votes in Pinellas County, and Deborah Clark's office sent in that it won by 17,000 votes. They certified the election. That was a 34,000 vote difference from minus a. And the state said there was nothing they could do about it. That was enough to put it over the top.
The certification.
They added those, and it was enough so they didn't have to have a recount.
And then Mr. Browning, of course, has been a big ES&S advocate. You said there was some other exciting thing. I thought you said there was some other thing that you
exciting. Well, of course, all of this is exciting to me. There's a lot going on in Sarasota.
Are we going to be hearing something soon that a lot of people don't know about?
Well, it's. I think really it's an accumulation of information that shows that there really were problems with those machines. We have things that have never been explained. People in South Sarasota County had split screens where Vern Buchanan's name was at the bottom of the first screen and Christine Jennings was at the top of the second screen. How could that happen? How can that happen?
Was that intentional?
Oh, you know.
Couldn't be accidental. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I never said that. I'm saying, oh no, it could be accidental, but I'm saying.
How could it be accidental?
Well, because programming bugs occur in software, and it's very difficult to prove intent or whether something's accidental or not. But it seems quite clear to not just myself or Kitty, but there are computer scientists who believe there was some kind of bug that emerged in that system, and it's hard to go backwards in electronics and figure out what happened. But people are, I think, to some degree, maybe closing in on it. So
would you? Let's say that there are three major systems that are being proposed. I was at the oversight this afternoon on Thursday, what is today? The 18th?
The 12th.
The 12th. I'm getting my weeks mixed together. And they were proposing Diebold was there, but they were basically promoting the system that's in Manatee County, which is optical scan, which the people are praised about, and the Republican supervisor of elections, Bob Sweat, is touting to the moon. Had a similar undervote with that system, by the way, as did the absentee ballots and the provisional ballots, which was similar to the provisionals and the absentees in Sarasota County. And yet the touchscreens had this huge 20% or whatever it was loss of votes on the optical scan. So you had Sequoia, Diebold, and ES&S all making proposals today down there. And it sounds as though you would be disinclined toward at least one of those three.
No, the beauty of paper ballots, I want to make this clear. We need to make our paper ballots secure. The optical scans all work the same. Really, once you have that paper ballot, the key is you have to be able to go back and count by hand a portion. You have to be able to audit. You have to check the machine counts, and that's people that need to understand.
So if you have a storable ballot that you've signed a piece of paper on, it's stored away, they can go back and do an audit. And under law right now, there's no audit required that way.
No, nor allowed, right?
That is a huge problem.
And we need, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say that overall, even when there isn't a problem, the DREs, or the touchscreens, have historically higher undervote rates all the time.
So they're just not dependent.
Twice as high as optical scanners. 2002, 2004, when you start comparing these numbers, you see that they're much higher.